I plan on playing Hamilton this coming Tuesday. I'm going to give David Miller and Scotty Kelks a call and see if myself and a couple guys can come out. But the one thing I'm certainly going to work on, and everyone knows that my putting is my strong suit. But under the gun, under pressure in the last couple of years, I've tended to that head creeps up a little bit, and my tendency is to watch the stroke instead of stroking and keeping the head down and maybe counting to 2. That head comes up pretty quick. So I'm going to put a lot of time and effort into the putting. You know what? I haven't played the golf course a whole lot. I've probably played it in my lifetime maybe 4 times. Yeah. I don't know I don't know. 8 West, I know there's 3 9s there, and 8 West is a par 3 of like 200 yards. Yeah. And I don't know if that's going to be the 8th hole in the tournament or the 17th hole. But I got my first hole in one on that hole. Okay. So that was pretty cool. That was in 1992. It was my dad and I. We were playing with a female member who was a author, I believe, and I can't remember her name, but. Yeah, I made a hole in one. I had a ping. It was a ping I2 1-iron, and it was on 8 West. So that's my one kind of memory of the golf course. I know they played the Canadian Am there in '94, and that was supposed to be my first year of amateur golf. But I tore my ACL and MCL in May of that year at university, and I didn't play that Canadian Am that year, so I missed that. But I mean. So I played in '92, and I played maybe later in the late '90s, but I haven't probably played that golf course in at least 10 years. Mm-hmm. So I don't, even though it's not far from me, I really don't have much of a history at that golf course. No, you know what? The guys don't intimidate me at all. I think, I probably know, I would say 40% of the guys that are going to be in that tournament. And I played against them, on the Canadian Tour and then the Nationwide Tour. I know I played at that level. I'm probably one of a handful of Canadians that have played a final stage more than once, and so I know from a quality standpoint of the golf game, I can play at that level. The thing that was nervous about 2 Mondays ago at the summit wasn't the fact that I was playing with Dustin Johnson, Leggett, and Laurie Kane. It was the fact that I hadn't played in front of people like that were standing 5 yards off my target line. That was a little intimidating. But when you're playing in a real venue, PGA Tour, obviously there's ropes, and people are a little bit further away from you. So once you're inside those ropes and you hit your first tee shot, it's kind of just another tournament. Obviously there's a lot of pressure, but it's welcome pressure. I played the Canadian Open once before, and the experience wasn't great for me. I think I was more caught up in, finally getting there, and I was more, I had a lot to do that week. I played a Great Lake event on the the Tuesday, Wednesday of that week, and I was in London, and I was driving back and forth, played a practice round late Tuesday afternoon. And my game wasn't, even though I played really good in the Monday qualifier, I didn't feel real sharp. This time around, obviously, I've got a lot more time to prepare. And, I'm not necessarily going to be so wrapped up in trying to get everyone tickets and doing all that. I'm going to go into this year's event, obviously my goal is to play extremely well, but my goal this year is to have a lot more fun and just enjoy it. And I know when I'm having fun on the golf course, that's when I'm playing well. And I didn't have fun at Angus Glen. I just got off to a really poor start in that first round, and really couldn't recover from that point. But this year I'm going to enjoy it.